What is going on, everybody? This is Johnny here of on YouTube, and welcome back to another video, or actually to the first video in the GTA 5 scripting tutorials. So I actually did a GTA 4 scripting tutorial a while ago, and I didn't really want to continue this because, well, GTA 5 has now come out and there's really no point in doing that. Because a script hook for GTA 5 is now out, actually 5 days ago. I'm a little bit late with this, but Alexander Blade created this, yeah, really well-known modder. It's actually the guy who created the GTA 4 script hook as well. So finally it's out, and also there's the SDK that is out right now. And I'm going to show you how to get started with scripting in GTA 5. So right now, some of the very important things first. So first off, all credits to Alexander Blade for making the script hook and also for making... Okay, well, I'm going to get to that later on, but right now, really, props to you, Alexander. So what you want to do is make sure that your game is actually this version right here, or the version that's on the thread. Depending on when you're watching this, Rockstar might update GTA 5, and when that happens, you have to make sure that you have the latest script hook and that it's actually supported, or your game version is supported by the script hook. So yeah, that's very important. But now let's get started, guys. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to this thread. It's going to be in the description of the video. All files that you will see in this video are going to be in the description of the video. Okay, no, of course not all files, not my entire desktop or something. But yeah, you get the point. So you want to go to download right here, and this is going to... Yeah, I think this is going to take you to his site, defc.com, and basically this is the latest script hook, so you just want to download this, maybe even bookmark this just to make sure that your native script hook is up to date all the time. And yeah, so once you've done that, you should get the following file. As you can see, it says scripthookv.zip file, and this is what you will have. Now I'm going to show you how to install this. This basically allows you to load ASI files, and yeah, that's really all we want, because we're going to create ASI files, and those files are going to be C++ scripts basically. Yes, our C++ projects are going to be compiled to an ASI file, and unfortunately, yes, you need C++ for this. At least for me, it's unfortunate because I am a C# developer or a Java Android developer, and I don't really ever do anything with C++, so I really have to get used to it. I used to do it like years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, crazy long time ago, and well, now I'm using C++ again, so it might be really sloppy, but there is a GTA 5 .NET script hook. I'm going to do more videos on that as well, actually, well, yeah, at least one video or an entire series, and yeah, once I get that to work, we can do that as well. But what you want to do now is, well, learn C++, of course, and then come back to this video if you don't know it. So yeah, once you've extracted this scripthookv.zip file, you will have his website and also this readme file. This readme contains installation instructions. You should be able to do that yourself, but I'm going to show you how to do that anyways. And I'm just going to delete this right now because, well, it keeps my folder clean, but really check out his website and take a look at some of the stuff and some of the updates. And, well, we will be left off with this binary folder or bin folder. You want to open that, and you will have 3 files in here: the dsound.dll, the scripthookv.dll, and the native trainer by Alexander Blade. And we do not need this native trainer. I mean, you can check it out if you want to, and it's definitely awesome, but I do not need that, so that's why I'm just going to delete it right away. But we're going to take these 2 files. You can, I don't know, move them or copy them, whatever you want to do. Just going to copy them, and you want to find your GTA 5 installation directory. So for me, it's program files, Rockstar Games, and Grand Theft Auto 5, because I have the digital key version that you can enter in on Social Club. And what you want to do is, well, if you have the Steam version, you want to go to Steam, program files x86, Steam Common 7, I think, and Steam apps, and then there should be GTA 5 somewhere, if I remember that correctly. Probably not, but you can definitely find that. Okay, now what you want to do is you just want to copy and paste these 2 files into your GTA 5 directory. I've already done that, so I'm just going to replace them right here so you can see that this installation is legit. So continue and continue. And we're done. Now you can see we have our dsant.dll and the script.v.dll file here. Alright, now you want to make sure that you don't have any ASI files in here because, yeah, you can leave them in here, but make sure you don't actually use the same keys as the ASI file you already have in here, and that's very important. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to minimize that, and we are pretty much done with that. And now we want to, I can just get rid of this bin folder because I don't need it. And then what you need to do is you need to download the other file description called script template, and you also need to download the Visual Studio 2013 or 14 or 2012 Express or the community version, and make sure you install C++ as well, and that like distributable package and all that Microsoft provides. So just install that and you will be good to go. So now we're going to extract the script hook template, and well, this template, what this basically is, this is a template that I created. Basically, this is Alexander Blade's native trainer, and I removed all the code for the native trainer basically, and made sure that we can like get started with scripting our own mods immediately. Okay, that's what this basically is. That you don't have to take care of like all the different imports and references and all the other stuff, all the includes and stuff like that. That's basically taken care of by me already, or by him actually. Okay, so make sure I left his copyright in there as well. This is basically Alexander Blade's native trainer again. Okay, I did not do anything other than deleting some of his code. That's it. Yeah. So you want to go into the script hook template folder. You will go to project, and there should be vscript, and you're gonna double click on the solution file. Now this will be opened by Visual Studio automatically. Yeah, if you have it installed, of course. So I have the professional version, but again, you will have the Express or community version. Alright, now once this is opened up, you're going to see this Solution Explorer. Now if you do not see the Solution Explorer, you want to go to View, and then go to Solution Explorer. And if you don't have any of these windows that I have in here, or these panels, I don't know, probably panels, then you can just, target them right here in View. Alright. Now what you want to do is we want to go to script.cpp. That's the file we will need. And you will basically see a bunch of different code here. As I said, I left the copyright in here because of course this is his native trainer and code from his native trainer. I did not code anything, I just removed a bunch of code. And basically this is the code that's already in it. So what we can do with this code is we can get a key press. We can enable our mod, or we can basically see like we have one key for our mod that enables our mod, so that's taken care of, and also the reset mod switch also, that we can reset that and have a status text. So this is going to update our status text. That's basically whenever we enable a mod we can like display a message for the player. And now you can change some of these values right here to basically change the font or the scale and stuff like that. Really quite self-explanatory, I think. And it's the set status text method that we will use. Alright, now the method we will need right now is this main method, okay? So what this does, it's basically running an infinite while loop, and so basically this is going to be called by the game when this script is initialized. And this is going to keep running all the time. And this is going to constantly check if our mod switch has been pressed, so if F4 in our case has been pressed. Now if you want to change the key, then you can go right here and it says get key pressed VK F4. You can just remove this, and as you can see, those are basically all the buttons. That's called a virtual keyboard. That's what VK stands for, but basically those are all the buttons that you can use. And I'm just going to leave it at F4 because that's quite a nice key, I think. Now if you have the native trainer installed with it, along with it, then you probably want to change this to F3 or something. I don't know. Well, I don't have it, so that's fine. Okay, now we basically have this while loop right here that gets the tick count that basically updates our status text and displays it for a certain amount of time, certain amount of seconds, and that's cool. But what we want to do now, we want to actually create a script that basically toggles invincibility for our player, and also when our mod is enabled, we want to make sure that we will never get a wanted level, okay? So that's what we're going to code today. So what we have to do in order to get this to work, we want to create a bool right now that basically, it's a global variable, and that's basically going to say whether our mod is enabled or disabled. We're just going to say mod enabled equals to false by default, because we don't want to have our mod enabled once the game, like, immediately. Right. Now, we want to make sure that we can get the toggle done. So to do that, we are basically going to, whenever our mod switch is pressed, so whenever F4 is pressed, we're going to toggle mod enabled. Now, how do you toggle? You basically do mod enabled equals to the opposite of the value of mod enabled. So if mod enabled is set to false, it's going to be set to true, and vice versa. That basically toggles this variable, or this boolean. And now we also want to toggle the invincibility, because we don't want the player to be invincible when the mod is not enabled anymore. So now we will get to the natives. Now what we have here in our include folder, there's actually a file called natives.h, and we have a bunch of these namespaces, and this is basically like this GTA 5 native database. You have these categories like players, so these are basically the namespaces that you can use, and all these native functions that you will be able to use in GTA 5. And well, you can take a look at the arguments and stuff like that, which is really fairly nice. But yeah, this is basically really easy for us now, because those are all the native functions that we can already use without, having to create this ourselves or anything. That's why this template is so amazing, and that's why the native trainer source code is really nice for that. So what we're going to do now is we are going to set the invincibility for our player. Now this is in the player namespace, because the invincibility belongs to our player, and this is called set player invincible. So player invincible. And now what we have to pass through is the player. Now you can also take a look at this. As you can see, I don't know where set player invincible is. I won't be able to find it right now, so just don't want to do this. But set player invincible takes the player as an argument, and also whether we want to enable or disable invincibility. So to get the player, what we do is we have to refer to the player namespace again, and basically get the player ID right here. It's just a method that gets the player ID, and that's fine. And now we want to basically set it to false or true, depending on whether our mod is enabled or disabled. So we're just going to set it to mod enabled right here. Alright, that's really nice. And now what we want to do is we want to set a status text as well. So that's basically going to say whether our mod is enabled or disabled, so whoever uses our mod will know if the mod is enabled or not, which is important. So now what we do is set status text. We have the set status text method, and actually to use this we have to create another function, because you can't, okay, let me just put this back in here, because you can't use .toString. Like if you know C#, then you know that you can use .toString to convert a type to a string, but that will not work here, because what we want to display is we want to display if our mod is enabled or disabled, and we will need to evaluate the boolean for this, and we don't want to do like if this is enabled, and we want to set the status text to that, and this is really not such a nice way of doing this. This is what we call it sloppy. So what we do is we will do, I don't know, we're just going to call this first mod, and then we want to add whether it's enabled or disabled. I'm just going to add a semicolon here for now, and now we're going to create this method. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to use an inline function. That's basically a lot faster and a really nice way of doing things. So inline std, because the string is in the std namespace, so like these double colons are always refer to a namespace, or like to a type or function within a namespace. So inline std string, that's the return type. This return type is going to be string, and we're going to call this bool to string. And then we're going to call bool, this is going to be the state. So we're basically going to evaluate this bool. Now we could do if state equals true, then return disabled, and blah, return enabled, or else return disabled. But we don't want to do this. We want to do this a little better. So what we do is we use something called a ternary. Yeah, I think it's called ternary operator. It's basically a question mark that gets rid of this entire thing of if and else. This basically put it so like it's more compact, I think. I don't know. But what you do is we basically return state, and this basically stands for state equals true. And then we do a question mark, because if state equals to true, then we want to return enabled. And this is basically the else, this colon. And then if it's false, then we want to return disabled. So that's all we need to do. And this is going to return that for us, which is really quite nice. So now what we can do in first mod, we can just do plus bool to string, and then we just need to pass the mod enabled. And that's that. Alright, really nice. Okay, so now we got that done. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure that we won't get any wanted level. So what we do is, in our while loop, don't put this in the if mod switch pressed, that would be quite stupid. We're just going to do if mod enabled, and that's where we're going to take care of all the different things that we're going to do when our mod is enabled. And that's what we're going to use in the future as well. So this is going to be a complete tutorial series. So yeah, I hope to post a lot more videos in the future. Alright, now what we're going to do is we want to store our player variable, since we have to use it twice, and we will use it a lot in this if mod enabled, because our mod is going to basically do more in the future. And you know, more videos equals more features of our mod. So player equals to player, and then we're just going to get the player ID again, like that, and that's really nice. And now what we do is we want to know if we don't always want to set the wanted level, because that would be stupid. We want to make sure that the wanted level is greater than 0, because 0 is basically no wanted level, and therefore we're going to use an if statement. We're going to refer to the player again, to the player namespace, and we're going to get player wanted level. Get player wanted level. Here we go. Okay. And then we just need to pass through the players. So just player. And then what we can do if the wanted level is greater than 0, then we want to set the wanted level to 0 again. So what we do is player set wanted level. Set player wanted level. I'm sorry. Once again. Then we just need to pass with the player. And now it says any, but this is actually an integer. So it's going to be 0, since we want to set it to 0. And I don't know what this bool does. Alexander Blade doesn't know what this bool does either. So we're just going to set it. I tested it with true, and I'm just going to set it to true. Although I think false should totally work, but I'm not too sure. But he will continue his research, so we will basically, yeah, eventually know what this boolean means. But yeah, guys, this is all we need to do in order to get our script up and running, which is really quite nice. So what this is all going to do is whenever we press F4, it's going to make our player invincible, and it's also every time this loop, loops, it's going to check if our wanted level is greater than 0, and if it is greater than 0, then we're going to set it to 0 again. So basically, yeah, you won't have any wanted level at all. Just really quite nice. And now I'm going to show you in game whether it works or not and how it looks like. So yeah, see you in a second. Oh, guys, I forgot something really important. I'm sorry, guys. What you need to do is you need to go to build and build solution, and now it says build started, and in a second it should say build succeeded. Yeah, here we go. And now, once we've built our project, we want to go to your project folder, where you basically open up the solution, and you want to go to vscript bin release, and then we have our vscript.asi file. Just copy this and go to Grand Theft Auto into the installation directory and just paste it into the directory. Go to continue, and then there should be vscript.asi in here. That's all you need to do. Sorry for that again. See you in a second now, in game. Okay guys, so now we are in game, and now let's take a look and see if our mod works. So first off, let's try to beat someone up, and let's try if we actually lose health. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Now let's see. Yes, as you can see, okay, we're losing health. Pretty bad. Now let's press F4. Now as you can see, it says first mod enabled. And now he's gonna try to beat us up, but nothing's gonna happen. Okay, so come on, beat me up. Do it. Okay, as you can see, we're not losing health. Instead, we're gaining health. It's fairly interesting. We beat him up now. And as you can see, this totally works. It's actually, and as you can see, we're getting no wanted level. Okay, so no one's coming. No one's calling the police, and nothing happens, which is fairly nice. Okay guys, so yeah, this is pretty much what we've achieved now, and I hope you liked this video. Please rate it and please give it a like if you liked it. If you didn't like it, then please say in the comments why you didn't like it. And yes, I expect more tutorials in the future. Thank you.